Welcome to 0 to 60.
I'm Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 6-0 Football Academy and 6-0 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of football.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We are at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much.
All right. 0 to 60. We're rolling. Welcome to 0 to 60. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. We're down here at the lab at 6-0 Football Academy in Parker, sitting in my office. We just got done with a big morning group, a bunch of combine guys and college players are home, and a couple of high school kids are on break. 2 o'clock group is going to be in here rolling very soon. We got a lot to talk about today. On the ones and the twos is my man Bailey. Let's get some bills paid and start talking about this shit. And then thank fucking God for Christmas break.
Thank God for Christmas break. Headed into Colorado, taking on BYU in the bowl game. But this is going to be a great show this fine Friday, and it's brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform. Your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with constant real-time odds and action, the ability to watch the game with the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA and college basketball, NHL to UFC and boxing. Head to the website today to see why BetOnline is America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here and we roll. Matt, how you feeling on this Friday? Been off a couple days. I was traveling out to Seattle. I'm out here in Seattle for the Christmas holiday. How are we feeling this fine Friday?
Good, man. You know, it is what it is. Ready to do this shit and be done with it. So let's roll.
Let's keep it moving. But hey, as this show is titled, Coach Prime is dominating the transfer portal. I mean, they've signed several guys in the last few days since we've been on, so we got to discuss a lot of them. And let's start here. Matt, there's a new Vickers in Colorado, and no, it is not Lawrence Vickers. It is Oklahoma transfer DB Makari Vickers, and he comes over from Oklahoma to solidify Colorado secondary, who's losing a couple guys from being seniors into the draft. Matt, any comments on Colorado landing this transfer from Oklahoma? I think he's a hell of a player and could really make an impact in the secondary.
Yeah, I mean, big, rangy safety that brings the fucking wood when he hits. Everybody asks why are guys leaving? Well, they're leaving for better opportunity and more eyes, and let's be real. Maybe Colorado's NIL deal was better than Oklahoma's. I mean, this is a business, so I'm not buying into the whole like everybody in the transfer portal is a turd. That's just bullshit. There's a bunch of my guys that are in the portal. Josh Bates just went to SMU. Carson Lee just got in the portal the other night. So it's you can find quality players, and he's another one, and he's got a lot of eligibility in front of him too as well. So.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does in the secondary next year, along with Colton Hood and others. And Matt, do you think the secondary is somewhere where we could see some serious improvement headed into next season? I think Colton Hood's really going to elevate his play and step up, taking probably Travis Hunter's spot. Vickers comes into the secondary along with some other guys as well. Any thoughts?
Do I think they can get better?
Yeah. Do you think they have an improved secondary next year compared to this year?
No fucking Travis Hunter. There's no way they're going to be better than they were. No way. Absolutely not. There's no way that they will be better at quarterback, at wide receiver, or in the secondary next year when they lose guys that they lost. Now, can they be different and be good? Yeah, of course they can. Do they have a ton of talent? Of course they do. But when you lose Travis Hunter, you're not going to be better the next year. So, no.
That's a fair answer. The only reason I asked, I mean, we've discussed this previously. You believe next year's Colorado team could be better than this year's Colorado team, so that's kind of why I asked him with that direction. But I like to see what Vickers does. No relation to Lawrence Vickers, but nice to see another Vickers in a Colorado uniform nonetheless. Matt, and we already teased this and kind of discussed this. Colorado's got a new quarterback, and Caden Salter officially signs with Colorado. Matt, what are your thoughts on this? And let me ask you something. You think that he's going to back up Juju? Coach Prime was asked about Juju, and he said that
back up Juju. When did I say that?
On this show. Yeah, you did.
No, I did not. I didn't say this kid's coming in to back up Juju. He's a fifth-year senior. Juju's 17. You're going to have to find that clip, dog, because I didn't say that shit. I mean, I may have jokingly, like, in passing said it, but there's no fucking way that this kid's coming in to back up Juju. Juju's 17 years old. He shouldn't even be out of high school yet. They can compete, but to assume that a five-star rookie 17-year-old kid is going to take his job is ridiculous. He's got one more year left, and he can run and pass the football, and he's 13 and 1. This kid, Juju will back him up, would be my guess.
Well, there you have it. No, you mentioned previously that you thought he would back. You said he would be Juju's backup or something. You might have been joking.
Also, like it was in passing, like when we just talked about him. So this is the first time we've actually evaluated the motherfucking position of quarterback, and that's my answer.
Well, we good, Matt. Well, the one thing I wanted to show is Coach Prime asked about Juju practicing in the bowl game versus BYU. He had this to say. Take a listen.
How much will it benefit Juju to have some practices with Shedeur?
Tremendous. Not only that, we're going to put his butt on that scout team and let him run against the ones. Yeah. So we're going to see if you flinch. We're going to see what you got. But, shoot, man, that young man is phenomenal, what he's done in high school football. And the thing that people forget, he's a really good quarterback. He has all intangibles. But the kid is a winner. He's won all his life. That's what we love about him. One of the significant things we love about him, he's a winner.
It's going to be exciting to see.
He's a winner. Matt, Juju's finished up high school football. Goes on, wins another state championship. Any thoughts?
100% a winner. Unbelievable talent. The best recruit we've ever gotten at the position. I think that Juju has the potential to be a first-round draft pick, Kyler Murray type player for the Buffs, but not next year as a 17, 18-year-old freshman. I mean, if he gets in and beats out the Salter kid in camp, then cool. But they're not bringing in Salter to sit. That kid wouldn't come here if he was going to sit. There's no it's just he just got going 13 and 1, and he has aspirations to go to the league. So he can come in and blueprint how to do this for the young guy, and then Juju takes over. And then you have a great backup also. If something happens, Juju goes in. If the Salter kid isn't good enough, then Juju takes over. That's the way this works. So
let me ask you. I believe when Juju committed on Pat McAfee, you mentioned something about becoming to Colorado to play right away. Do you have any concerns that if Salter goes ahead and starts year one and is possibly successful, that Juju would transfer at all? I mean, I understand Salter would graduate, but does that concern you at all or no?
No, I don't give a shit. If you don't want to be here, kick fucking rocks.
You don't see you don't see that happening at all. There's no potential of that.
If you are a freshman and you just signed with CU and you can't develop for a year behind a guy who's a fifth-year senior who just went 13 and 1, and your fucking feelings get hurt, and we have to play you immediately. If the other guy beats you out and he's more mature and better and he's there to be a bridge quarterback for your dumbass to take over, if that's really the conversation we're going to have, which I sincerely doubt with Juju, if that's the way he goes because he can't play immediately, then later kick rocks. Go hang out with Ramoni McLean.
That's a very fair answer. I was just curious because I mean, this is
the great players I've been around that are 5-star badasses who are terrible, and that's not. I don't even like talking about it like we are because it's insinuating that he's going to do it. So
I'm going on based on what he said.
Let the kid get on campus and cut his teeth, and if he beats out the veteran, cool. The reason they brought in the veteran is to compete with the rookie and to set the table and be a bridge guy for him. And just be like, I don't want to start this fucking narrative where Juju's going to transfer because this other kid comes in. That's fucking ridiculous. And
I'm not trying to I'm not trying to start a narrative. I'm just going based on what he said. So I understand that. And I mean, I think they should start Salter. I think Juju could learn and then develop and then go ahead and start. The only reason I even ask it is you know exactly where we're at in this college football game. It's the Wild Wild West. We're seeing everybody transfer. So that's the only reason why I say it. But you raise an absolute point. And the one thing bringing in 2 quarterbacks breeds is competition. So I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I really doubt that Juju's going to leave because he has to compete or sit and learn for a year. Again, he's supposed to be a senior in high school. So I didn't hear Coach Prime and anybody talk about Juju transferring in that clip. You brought that up.
What? I was asking a question, Matt. We got to evaluate all sides of this here. I'm especially going based on what Juju said out of his own mouth. So, but let's move forward. Colorado also signed they've signed a plethora of guys. We'll highlight a few guys here. Zach Atkins, transferred tight end from a D2, I believe Northwest Missouri State, D2 transfer, big 6'5", lands at Colorado. Matt, one thing we really talked about is Colorado's tight end room. They kind of lighten the tight end room. Now they secure Zane D'Souza and Atkins, and I'm sure they're going to bring in more. Any thoughts on this? Any comments?
This kid is huge. He can run. Didn't get a lot of balls thrown his way, but I don't know how prolific Northwest Missouri State is.
Right.
I'm going to trust the coaching staff that this kid is a beast because I know absolutely fuck all about him whatsoever. So.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. I'm glad they're bringing in more guys to solidify that tight end room. I believe so. I haven't seen Savell Smalls. I believe he's still there. He's still got a year or so of eligibility. So, that tight end room looked to be improved in the next season. Well, Matt, let's talk college football playoff headed into tonight. Notre Dame, Indiana, in the snow, in the cold. I don't know how much of a snow will be the factor, come kickoff, but it's snowing out there. I believe Indiana 6.5-point dogs. What are your thoughts on this game headed into tonight?
First of all, I'm pumped that the playoff is starting. This is something we've all wanted to see forever. So that's awesome. This is a very unique game. It's snowing in South Bend. They're lining up at 7 a.m. to go get and tailgate and shit. So Everybody knows how big this is, regardless of the structure or whatever else. Big time college football games are awesome, and this is as big as it gets in that state. No one anticipated Indiana being there at the beginning of the season. They got the National Coach of the Year. He's a stud. Notre Dame is a blue blood. They're good. They arguably should be undefeated, although they did shit on themselves against UNI. I'm not going to put a ton of stock in that game because for the other 12 they played, they looked pretty good. But look, dude, to think Indiana can't walk in and win is naive, and to think Notre Dame's just going to roll is naive. Like, this is I agree. Get played a lot in a state that they're close to each other. Like, Indiana and Purdue play all the time. Purdue and Notre Dame play all the time, but Indiana very rarely plays Notre Dame for some reason. So I think this is an opportunity for Indiana to go in and shock the world. And, Notre Dame's got a lot riding on this. Like, this is a huge game. Like, all the pressure's on Irish, you know what I'm saying?
That's where I was just going to go. All the pressure's on Notre Dame. Indiana's coming in with a chip on their shoulder trying to prove something, coming on 11 wins, only lost to Ohio State.
Just why am I an asshole? Because you got to back up. Because I want the young man to back. I'm a bully and I'm soft, bro.
Oh, okay. Chat.
Fuck boy, but you cannot be involved with this show anymore.
Who?
I'm a bully. Take all you soft motherfuckers in the chats that think because of the tone of my voice how I'm doing today. Man, I wish you would just stop watching. I don't want you involved today. Shut the fuck up.
Well, let's get back to it.
Typing fucking bitch ass motherfuckers. So Notre Dame, Indiana. I think all the pressure is on Notre Dame. Okay. Indiana can go play free and fast, and I'm telling you, bro, that's a mean football team. That look, the Ohio State game. You watched that game, right?
Yes, sir.
The Ohio State game was. They had a lot of shit go bad, right? Like special teams, and if they clean a lot of that shit up, like that's fixable stuff. They didn't get dominated in the game.
Not at all.
So I don't know. What do you think about this one, bro? This is like one of those. This is a great game to kick off the playoff. Like I think this is going to be a dogfight.
I'm so excited to see it. I really think that there's a lot of pressure on Notre Dame. I think that. I mean, I've heard a lot of people just say Notre Dame's going to dog walk Indiana and just stomp all over them. Like, I think it's a chip. So I think they're really, they're going to really give Notre Dame a game. And I think it's, I don't know. I think it's a big test for Notre Dame, big test for Riley Leonard, the quarterback. It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. If I had to, who you got to win, Matt? Before I answer, go ahead. I think it's going to be lower scoring.
What's the numbers on it?
So Indiana is 6.5 point dogs. Notre Dame 6.5 point favorites, and over under is 52.
They couldn't just go the full 7.
It was at 7, but I think it's going down.
So people like Indiana.
Yeah, let's. I can go see where the money's at. But yeah, this is interesting. And there's a bowl game going on right now. Ohio's taking on Jacksonville State. They're up 10. Both teams have new coaches, I believe, as well, or have lost their coach at least. I don't know if they've replaced him.
And a lot of people in the transfer portal too. But again, all those kids get to play in a bowl game that stayed, so that's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, it's at 6.5, 7 in some places. So
You know what, bro? I'm taking Notre Dame at home. I'm taking them. Say this. Notre Dame's got long grass and refs. So I would just – the winner of this game plays Georgia, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that the college football playoff would love a Georgia-Notre Dame, like, elite, 8 game? Do they call that the Elite 8 in college football? What do we call this?
Yeah, we got to figure out what they're calling this now. Like,
it's called
the semifinal quarter. They're just going like traditional. I haven't heard anything.
All of you that are still here because I said some curse words to you. What do you think we should call the first 12? Like, what should the first 12 be called? The Epstein 12? Ooh. I'm on one today. Should we call it 12?
Today.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little.
It's okay. It's okay.
We'll just call it the Elite 8. So Notre Dame and Georgia, that'll be a hell of a matchup. Look, but to assume Indiana's not going to go in there and play hard is ridiculous because everybody's picking Notre Dame like they're the underdog, and they've been relishing in that position all year. Yeah, bro, this is going to be a hell of a football game and snow and shit in South Bend. The first playoff game ever is at Notre Dame. Like,
I'm so excited to see this shit, man.
Like you got everything tonight. You've got every angle that they could want. You've got an in-state rivalry that's not really a rivalry, but could become one quick. You play a great game tonight. Mm-hmm. You've got weather. You've got your touchdown Jesus. You've got the blue blood against the upstart, a team that was supposed to make the playoff against a team that wasn't even supposed to finish like that. Weren't they picked like 15th or 16th in the Big Ten?
Like bottom of their conference. Yes, exactly.
Just like Arizona State, kind of. But I think that it's a fucking great game, bro. I can't wait to watch. I cannot fucking wait for the playoffs. This is so cool. The NFL playoffs kick ass. Don't get me wrong. We'll talk about the NFL here in a minute. But damn, dog. The fucking college football playoff. I know that there's people mad about the seedings and teams and shit, but if we can just put all that behind us for a little bit, this is going to be pretty fucking cool, bro. Are you taking Indiana or Notre Dame, homie?
To be honest, I would take the under. I really think it's going to be a lower scoring game. So yeah, like if I were to bet it, you're asking.
You're not picking a team.
Okay, so if I'm picking a team, I think Indiana's going to give Notre Dame problems. I think Notre Dame wins, Indiana covers. So I think they'll lose, but like it'll be like a field goal game. What do you think?
I'm taking Notre Dame money line, but I don't. I hate betting points. I hate it.
Yeah, I hear that.
I overthink the fuck out of it every time I bet points. So I try. Like I might take what's the over under, like 45 or something?
52.
Oh, dude, definitely take the under in that.
That's way too high. No way.
I'm not taking the points in the game between Notre Dame and Indiana, the 6.5. I'll let that just kind of chill. But a 52-point total for both teams.
That's what I'm saying. It's down to 50 and okay, it was 52. It was 52 at like 2 hours ago. Now it's down to 50 and a half. Like at the start of my career late.
And they were like, fuck, 52. It's fucking 24 degrees and snowing sideways. It's not going to 52. And look, Riley Leonard is neither one of these quarterbacks are like, they're not bad players. They're more apt to scramble and run. And like Riley Leonard's a runner first. Like, they can throw, but in this kind of circumstance, Notre Dame is going to hammer the fucking rock.
That's going to be a real run-heavy game.
It's going to be a quick, shitty weather game. But as a trench guy, I fucking love shitty weather games, bro. These are my favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you got our picks for that game. Let's move forward. Let's move into tomorrow's slate. We got some other games as well. Let's start with SMU.
Who's Indiana, Penitentiary State, Texas, and Tennessee. So that would be
Penitentiary State. That's Penn State.
Oh, PNU is Penn State. Okay. So obviously Benzo hates Penn State.
Indiana.
Somebody probably blocked you too. Did you see the guy who happily unsubscribed?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, it's okay. Well, he's one of one doing that right now. Well, let's move.
Love you, bro. You can come back when you realize that you made a mistake.
It's okay. Oh, gladly welcome you back. Move forward. SMU, Penn State. Penn State's 8.5-point favorites. I like Penn State all day in this. I think Penn State's going to roll. Personally,
I want SMU to win so fucking bad.
I think their momentum's gone. After the way they lost, I think their momentum's gone.
Maybe, but I will say this. Penn State should win. It's at home. If they don't win, James Franklin is going to be on just as much of a hot seat as Ryan Day is going to be on when Tennessee beats Ohio State.
Yeah.
I think SMU presents a ton of problems for Penn State, similar to the way Oregon did, because they can spread you out and they are really, really fast in the receiver corps, and they are good up front. And the quarterback fits that system perfectly, and they played like dog shit in the ACC title game. So, again, this is another one of those huge games where what's the weather supposed to be like at Happy Valley?
Let me look that up here.
Or I call it the Big Vagina Beaver Stadium. We call that Pennsylvania Bad Bush. That's what we call that stadium.
I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing a little, possibly snow here. Well, actually, no. 16% chance of rain. So, nothing really. It's just going to be clear. 25 degrees.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say the Ponies win, bro. We got the Ponies against the Broncos.
Wow.
For a chance to go fucking play Notre Dame or Georgia, honestly. I think that the Ponies beat Penn State, and I think James Franklin might be looking for a job on Monday.
Man, I disagree with you. I think Penn State rolls SMU. I really do. And I think SMU's momentum is gone after the way they lost last week against Clemson. Clemson doesn't let them get back in that game. Clemson was up a lot of points in that game, and Clemson let them get back in that game. So that's my take on it. We'll see. Let's go up to the game Matt teased before. Ohio State versus Tennessee. This is the most bet game on the college football slate. This is probably going to be the most watched game of the weekend, I think, for college football.
This is a good one.
Yeah. Matt, Tennessee is 7.5-point dogs versus Ohio State at Ohio State. I can't wait. And Tennessee, I look at it like a better Michigan. They got a solid defense, and they have a solid run game on offense. Dylan Sampson, he's a touchdown machine. Nico, I think, is definitely a better quarterback than Michigan's quarterback, but Tennessee has had some offensive struggles at times this season. Matt, what are your thoughts on this matchup? I already know what you're about to say, but go ahead.
I'm taking Tennessee. I think Ohio State is in trouble. I think that a lot of the shine has been washed off the Buckeye, honestly. I don't think they scare anybody anymore. I think Ryan Day is just dead man walking. And he needs to be. Like, they need to go hire Mike Vrabel faster than you can say hire Mike Vrabel. You want a tough, hard-nosed fucking football team where you want an NFL mindset. You want somebody that gives a shit. You want somebody that can attract fucking recruits. Go, like, I know Vrabel's not Coach Prime or Coach Belichick, but goddamn, that would be a home run hire for Ohio State. Don't let Vrabel go be the Jet coach. And Vrabel, from a Jet, don't do it.
Yeah, Matt, all people don't
do it, homie. Don't. And everybody that plays for the Jets that's any good, get the fuck out of there as fast as humanly possible. Leave. Like, I don't care if you have to strike. I know why Hassan Reddick didn't want to go, because fucking Woody Johnson is supplying Diddy and all the fucking Johnson & Johnson he can get his hands on. You know how much baby oil that guy had in his house? You think he just got that? He just got it? He went to Walgreens? Nope. He called Woody and said, Woody, and Woody dropped it off in his helicopter. It was a weird transaction. And neither here nor there. The Jets are a shit show. Vrabel, don't go there. Anybody, everyone, leave immediately. Like Aaron Rodgers, go play for the 49ers, which I think will happen. I think Aaron ends up with San Francisco next year, and I think they could be pretty good if they can ever stay healthy, but goddamn, that's an old football team. Neither here nor there. Back to Tennessee. I think Tennessee and Ohio State has the potential to be an unbelievable game. Okay. I'm so excited. Ohio State's going to play their balls off, but I'm not sold on Will Howard. I think that they went out and they got Will Howard thinking he would be like this huge upgrade on McCord. And I think McCord went to Syracuse and is better than Howard. And they should have just kept with their guy. This is one of the things about the transfer portal is one man's trash is another man's treasure, bro. Like, speaking of Syracuse, Savion Washington, right tackle for CU last year. Everybody piles on him, goes to Syracuse, balls the fuck out. Mm-hmm. Coming back to train, can't wait to get his huge ass in the room. That motherfucker is so goddamn big. Savion's like as big as the door frame, right? So I was talking to him about today. Syracuse was a great fit. CU was a good fit. You know what I'm saying? McCord was a great fit at Ohio State until he lost to Michigan. I don't know. Looking at the numbers, if you're a Buckeye, who would you rather have? Will Howard or McCord right now? Who would you take?
See, I mean, if I were an Ohio State Buckeye fan, you have to take Kyle McCord after the season he's had at Stanford or at Syracuse. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kyle McCord is balling out.
Too. What about Eddie George for Ohio State's head coach? That is
from Tennessee State.
Grand slam.
Ooh, I like that.
Coach, fuck. Tennessee State's not bad. He's building them. That's not really the point.
That's like a step up.
Tennessee State's good. It's what Eddie George can do for the Buckeyes walking in as a coach. Eddie George. Do the kids really know Eddie George? Yes. Yeah, Heisman, bitch. Like, Eddie George is a bad motherfucker. If you can get Ray Lewis to compliment you, you're a bad motherfucker, period. So, Eddie George, everybody forgets how good that guy was, but he could be another great hire for Ohio State. Just Ohio State, don't go hire another old white idiot.
Right.
Like, I know Vrabel's a white guy, but he's not an old white. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just branch out a little bit, dog. Like, I almost want them to lose so you get rid of Ryan Day, because if he wins, they have to keep him, man. I'm just tired of his ass. I feel like I agree. He was hired on third base, and he's done so little his record's outstanding. No one's saying it's not. Every Ohio State coach's record's outstanding. You've always got the best players. I feel like he should have multiple national titles.
Yeah.
He sucks in big games, dog. And look, this is really what turned me off with Ryan Day. And one of the reasons I'm picking against them. Did you see how fast the kids turned and ran towards the fight at midfield when they tried to plant the flag? You know what I'm saying? You remember that?
You don't think he has control of his team?
He turned around and did what?
Oh, yeah, nothing.
He just stood there. And his excuse was, I didn't really know what was going on. You didn't see
eyes?
A big fucking flag getting planted in the middle of the O? So that I figure like he would be
like that a little bit better.
Be more apt to go defend it. That's all. And if he's not going to defend it, why is he the head coach? You want to bring back Urban Meyer? I mean, look, I can't say that would be a bad idea. He's a hell of a college coach, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Urban's pretty huge, scummy fuck. I don't know if you can get away with that one again.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. But Matt, you got Tennessee upsetting Ohio State in this one.
Well, I want them to upset them too. Like, I really want Ohio State to lose badly.
I want to see Tennessee beat Ohio State so badly.
Every Ohio State fan should want this to happen too, so you can fucking get rid of Ryan Day, and you can actually
see this. I really do. But here's Tennessee is not Michigan. Meaning this.
Better than Michigan.
Obviously. But Tennessee is not Michigan, meaning it's not the rival. It's not it's going to be not the it's like, you know what I'm saying? They're not the rival. This is, I think, Ohio State for the exact reason you said. Will Howard, all that noise with Kyle McCord. I really think Will Howard's going to go and give, surprise everybody. I think Ohio State wins by at least 7.
I really think the defense is going to eat Ohio State alive.
Ooh, man, I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see that game. I got Ohio State in that one personally. I want to see Tennessee win so bad. I mean, I live in Tennessee. I'd love to see it, but man, I really think Ohio State is gonna roll them. I do. I think Ohio State is gonna have a bounce back.
Was that the nightcap?
What?
Tennessee House tomorrow night. Is that the nightcap? Is that the
night game?
State, SMU, Texas, Clemson, and then
the night game. Yeah, the night game.
Smart.
I think Ohio State,
Tennessee, roll Rocky Top.
Yeah, Rocky Top.
And they recruit the fuck out of the room. Gage is there. Robert Ayers is one of their D-line coaches. Who's a great friend of mine. I played with here in Denver. And then, they offered Reese, they offered Deacon. Like, they love the Dungeon family. They offer Breck. Yep. So, they've already invited Nick and Davis down to a fucking game. So I posted this clip that I'm working this morning. And I've already got 3 coaches that I tagged on it. They're like, we got to get these 2 out. These 2 look like freaks. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sitting here like, goddamn right, bro. Fucking right, bitch. This is why we build bridges. And just one of them has to be my kid. So that's pretty fucking cool.
That's awesome.
2 freshmen in here working with a guy who's going to the NFL. I think Tennessee's going to eat, dog. I have a feeling they're going to whip Ohio State's ass.
Here's my thing with Tennessee. I think they're a year away. I really think they're a year away. I think Ohio State beats Tennessee, and we see a rematch: Oregon, Ohio State, and that's going to be the game of the year.
How far do you think the Buffaloes would go if they made the playoff? Okay, so what seed are they?
Yeah, we can play this. Let's do this hypothetical. If they,
let's say that the Big 12 got 2 in instead of the ACC. So let's say hypothetically, SMU is the 4 seed, and Arizona State's the 11, and CU got tiebreakers, and Houston beat BYU, and they went and played Arizona State and won. And Arizona State got in at the 11, just like SMU did. And CU got in at the 12. And CU has to go to Austin. Matt,
we didn't even cover that game. Go ahead.
I hate Texas with a passion. Wow, that would be that's a tough one, bro. I don't know if our offensive line can hold up with Texas' defense. Like, yeah, I have no doubt that Shador would eat and that Travis would do his thing. And the ability to score points would be our great equalizer. But goddamn, their defense is fucking mean, bro. And I think they are going to dog walk Clemson like you've never seen Clemson get dog walked in their life. I think all the Clemson fans are going to be really happy about making the playoff until this game starts. And then Arch Manning is going to run out there and not Quinn Ewers, and he's going to fucking carve them the fuck up. I think Clemson is going to get beat by 4 touchdowns.
I totally disagree with you.
Pretty good.
First, going back to Ohio State, Tennessee. Tennessee's the most team.
But I also think that they played really shitty last week and should have won, arguably. And in Austin, I think Clemson is walking into a hornet's nest that's really pissed off, and Sarkisian is angry, and I think he knows that Quinn Ewers is the problem. And I think you're going to see a lot of Arch Manning. And then I think you're going to see Quinn Ewers, when they're done, enter the transfer portal and go play for somebody else.
See, that's my caveat with that game. First, I'll start with Texas Clemson. I think Texas is similar to Notre Dame. This is a tough spot for Texas, and they have to really respond. They had a whole second half to go score and win a game against Georgia that didn't have a quarterback, and they couldn't. And I think personally, if they want to win, you start Arch Manning. I think it's very clear that Ewers is struggling, and Ewers has something with his ankle or some injury. Something is holding him back. For this game, this is my upset pick of the weekend. I got Clemson. I think they're going to take out Texas. I really do. If you look at Texas' schedule, their big win is Texas A&M and Vanderbilt. So if you're
rolling with fucking Dabo in Austin.
Yeah, I am.
Wow, that is as crazy as me picking SMU over Penn State.
That one I don't understand at all. That one in my head doesn't make sense.
This one in my head makes no sense either, because
this is going
to beat Clemson by fucking 4 touchdowns to start the season. And I don't think Clemson is very good. I think Clemson is lucky. I think Clemson has a good field goal kicker, and I think they caught SMU sleeping. I think Clemson is really, really not very good. Like, they're good enough to win and get in, and I tip my cap to Dabo, but I would not be surprised if they get absolutely shit stomped. And you know what? And they have nothing to lose. So the Clemson quarterback used to be a Texas guy, and that's all great. You have nothing to lose. But Texas's defense, they have not even sniffed a defense close to Texas until they played South Carolina. South Carolina beat the fuck out of them. And I know the score was close, but South Carolina dominated them.
That is true.
And they just didn't finish on offense, but they still won. So the SEC teams that played Clemson this year mollywhopped them and really fucking put it on them physically. And I just think that Texas is going to do the same thing, man. At Clemson, all this, we want to go to the SEC shit. You're good where you are. Stay in the ACC and be relevant. You don't want to go to the SEC.
Oh, man, Matt, this is going to be interesting because I really do think Clemson's going to take them out if Quinn Ewers is starting and if Quinn Ewers plays, because as far as it looks, that's what they're going to do. So as long as he
Arch Manning is going to play the majority of the game, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him in the first series in certain packages, and the minute Quinn Ewers fucking struggles, they'll pluck his ass and put Arch in. Because honestly, at this point, if I'm Arch Manning, I'm in the back of my head, I'm sitting there going, what do I have to do to start? This guy isn't even good.
That's what I'm saying, Matt. That's what I'm saying. I think
out here holding us back, and I don't get to play. I sure would look good in whatever fucking color anybody would have. I mean, where you want to go, dog?
Right.
I mean, if Arch Manning went in the fucking transfer portal, I would literally ask Colorado to back up the fucking Brinks truck. I don't care what you have to promise him or do. You go get him immediately, and you put a Manning with a Sanders, fucking incredible. I don't know how we make this work, but goddamn.
Man, Matt, I can't wait for that game too, because that's going to be an interesting game. I really think Clemson is going to say, to all Texas's NIL money and Lamborghinis parked out front, they're going to go watch it.
But money, don't act like they're not a blue blood. They got multiple titles. Clemson's won national titles.
That was really. You see, so he signed his first 2 transfer portal guys. He's even a
weirdo. Dude. He's just a fucking weirdo. That's all. It's look, Dabo still believes in Santa Claus. Okay, leave the guy alone. He's just weird. You know he does. He thinks the Easter Bunny lays eggs and shit. It's cool. That's cool. Cool. But I'm telling you, I think Texas is going to fight like the fucking third monkey trying to get on Noah's Ark, and it's raining, motherfucker. So, I'm getting on the shit. Texas can't lose this game. If Texas loses to Clemson at home, it is going to be a fucking shitstorm in Austin like you've never seen before. They'll start talking about running Sark out. Apparently this guy can't win a fucking game because Texas on paper is so much better than Clemson is, bro. I'm sorry, but it's just a fact. Clemson's about to get fucking mollywhopped.
If Clemson was playing Georgia, any SEC, like a SEC team that was
I think they'd lose by 4 touchdowns to them too because they did already.
Yeah, but that's a good debate, Matt. That's not the same team, Matt. You know it's not the same team. Ooh.
Bro, do you really think that Clemson would be able to run with Georgia if they played again right now?
I said that in me and JB have both had that same take on my show. We talked about that because they're both, they look a lot, especially during the season. And now think about it. Georgia doesn't have for that first game.
You guys, they beat them 30-3.
Georgia doesn't have Beck for that game, so hypothetically, Clemson was Indiana, and Indiana wins. You don't care?
Fuck, bro. I don't give a shit.
No shot.
Not their quarterback. The strength of Georgia is their offensive and defensive lines and defense and running game. Carson Beck holds them back. The backup is probably going to be better than him if he plays. That Carson Beck's talking about going back to Georgia next year, and they don't want him.
I saw that.
I don't give a fuck if Carson Beck is there or not. Georgia is a better football team in the trenches. They're tougher, and they already played this game at the beginning of the year and shit stopped them. So I don't want to hear this now. Clemson can beat them. Get the fuck out of here. Clemson can't run with SEC teams. Every time they play an SEC team, they get shit stopped. Give me a fucking break. Georgia beat them. South Carolina beat them. And now Texas is going to beat them. Peace. Kick rocks.
Man. Well, it's going to be exciting to see. And I can't back Tennessee. Tennessee is literally the most bet thing on the whole slate. I can't. It just seems too easy. It's too easy. They want you to bet Tennessee in this game. They don't.
Because Ohio State is spent. Will Howard against an SEC defense. How's this going to
go? Someone's going to lose, Matt. Someone's going to lose. I don't know who.
State do well against this defense, dog. I'd say 2-3.
Ohio State can run the ball. He doesn't have to. They can run the ball with their 2 backs and really. On Tennessee's defense, I know that's big if, man. I know, but
these fucking defenses are arguably the best in the SEC.
They're legit. I know. That's why I said it's a big if. I know.
Tennessee's defense on paper is better than Georgia's.
Oh yeah, I know. Tennessee probably got the best defense in the country. That's what I'm saying.
If Georgia was going and Tennessee won their tiebreaker games and didn't drop who they lose to, they lost to Arkansas. If they wouldn't have lost to Arkansas and they got to play in the SEC title game, you think Georgia could go to the shoe and win? Would you take Georgia over Ohio State right now?
Would I take Georgia over Ohio State? Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So, bro, just don't look at the logo, the SEC defense. That's what you need to understand. I'm not saying the SEC offense is good.
I can't do it. I got Ohio State, man. I can't.
No defenses are about to show up. Texas defense is going to show up. Tennessee's defense is going to show up. When Georgia plays Notre Dame or Indiana, their defense is going to show up. These SEC defenses are not to be fucked with. Now, the reason they'll lose games is because
top tier.
They can't score. We'll see how Tennessee does against Oregon. That'll be a good game.
Tennessee had problems scoring against Arkansas. And I watched that. I was like, oh, man.
And fucking Oregon almost lost at Wisconsin and scored 13 points.
Yeah,
so everybody had fucking
I live in Tennessee. That doesn't mean I'm going to say Tennessee's going to win. I'm not a fucking fan or a homer. Huh?
He's from Seattle.
Yeah, I am from Seattle. But I got Tennessee, or I got Ohio State beating Tennessee now. And
I don't understand that you and I are friends and like in business together and you're my homie. This is how soft they think the world is.
Can you?
I can talk to you the way they want me to. Your haircut looks so good today, and your opinions are valid, and they're meaningful, and they count. And I just want you to know that your smile is as bright as your soul, and I'm so thankful and grateful for having you on the show. And being my other half here, we're like synergy. We come together. It's almost incredible. Almost. So I just want you to know that I really love you, and you're just the best. Shut the fuck up.
Max, holy fuck. Back to college football. Oh, actually, and we got to talk NFL before we get out of here. But, Matt, I got Ohio State and Clemson.
Great job.
I don't know if we agreed on any game, but God damn it.
I don't think we did.
I think Indiana. What? Go ahead.
You take Indiana?
I'm going to take Indiana to cover, yeah.
But are you taking them to win?
Notre Dame's winning that game.
All right, so we agree on Notre Dame, Indiana. I'm taking Tennessee. You're taking Ohio State. I'm taking Texas. You're taking Clemson. I'm taking SMU. You're taking Penn State.
How on earth are you taking SMU? Yeah, I'm taking Penn State.
I don't know, bro. That's my hunch game. The same way I look at you and go, you actually think Clemson's soft ass is going to walk into Austin and you're crazy. And then they'll probably both lose, and both the ACC teams will move on, and we'll both be sitting here like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, that would be wild. But hey, nonetheless, it's going to be a great weekend of football. Let's move to.
I understand real quick. Why Why? Give me an offensive reason.
Because I think Klubnik is better than I said this earlier. I think Klubnik's better than Ewers, and I think Texas is rolling with Ewers. They're going to stick to their guns and play Ewers, and that's going to screw them. That's what I think. And if they go out and play Arch Manning and they do what Nick Saban did with Tua, then you might see a different result. But I think they're going to really stick to their guns.
I played in the Big 12. The Big 8 was like over in 96. I was a freshman in high school.
90s and shit. But hey, yeah, I don't know. That's what I think. I think they're going to stick to the guns with the Ewers, and that's going to be the fall of them, to be honest with you. Because the way they looked against Georgia in the second half with the backup quarterback, I mean, shit. How do you not win that game? I really don't know. If you win Ewers, you're going to play the NFL quarterback and not go and transfer. I mean, that's I don't know. What?
You got a good point. I will give you that.
That's just me.
Fuck Texas, bro. I hope Clemson wins, but it ain't happening.
I hope SMU wins, but it is not happening against Penn State. That's the one I'm like, no way. But let's talk NFL, Matt. It starts Saturday games. This is gonna be a wild Saturday of football, Matt. You got, you got college football playoff.
Why is the games on Netflix?
Oh well, that's a whole thing we could discuss. I don't know why the game's on Netflix. Now I figure out how to watch it on Netflix. Yeah, the Christmas games are on Netflix. You didn't know that?
No, dude.
Oh yeah, so Netflix owns the rights to Christmas.
Both the Christmas games are on fucking Netflix.
Yeah.
Fuck up. For real?
Yes.
Who do they get to commentate the Netflix games? Like Mike Tyson and fucking Jake Paul are gonna do one of them, and we're gonna get like one of the guys that does like the fucking murder mystery shows on Netflix to like commentate. Who's commentating the games?
The play-by-play, I believe Ian Eagle, Noah Eagle, and then JJ Watt, Greg Olson, and huh?
Ian and his son are doing the first game.
Ian and Noah Eagle as play-by-play broadcasters, and JJ Watt, Greg Olson, Nate Burleson as analysts. It doesn't tell me which game, so I don't know. But
and then who's doing the Baltimore-Houston game? Who's doing Baltimore-Houston?
It just says for the Christmas Day NFL doubleheader, and they're just saying for both. Let me look for each game.
Sorry. Okay, cool. Well, never mind.
Yeah, we'll say I know they're doing some sort of Christmas special with Mina Kimes and Kay Adams, and I know Coach JV did not. He was not happy about that. He went on Whitlock or something.
Like they're commentating.
They're doing some sort of show for Netflix's NFL Christmas special. I don't know if it's a pregame show. I don't know if it's something during it. I just know that something's going on with those two females in sports media, and so that's going to be interesting.
I'll watch Kay Adams do anything.
Kay Adams is cool. Steve Kim put it best. He was like, Kay Adams, she's okay. I mean, Mina Kimes as an analyst over Watt, I think is
never said, but I'll watch her do anything. Mina Kimes, when she talks, I turn the channel. I can't take her seriously.
It's a fair point. Well, Matt, let's dive into this.
Like you dropped in the middle of Tampa 2, motherfucker. Like, just commentate. Don't act like you did it. You don't. You're out here criticizing. Whatever. I'm just move on.
Anyway, back to the
about this. Then he's a sexist. No, I would love one of you that think that we're equal on the playing field to come out and run a fucking slant into a linebacker that's running at you full speed. That's all. Just let me pull from right guard one time.
Yeah, one pull.
Please.
Just once.
One fucking time.
See how it's yeah.
Then I'll take it seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt, let's get into the games. And this is going to be a wild Saturday of college football and NFL. These games are going on pretty much simultaneously throughout the day. I mean, you're going to have different games through the whole day, NFL and college football. Let's start with this game, Houston and Kansas City. Big time matchup, Stroud versus Mahomes. I'm really excited to see this game. This should be a really, really good game on Saturday, which is going to be – what do you think of them scheduling this on a Saturday?
I think it's dumb as fuck. Saturday is for the playoff games for college.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's going to be tough to watch. I'm not flipping fucking chant. I don't understand.
I'm watching the college games, dog. I'll check the score on this, I guess. I pray to God Houston wins, but they're in Kansas City. There's no fucking way Houston's going to win. No. There's not going to allow it to happen. The refs are going to side with the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is going to be hurt. And I guarantee you, because of that, he gets 4 or 5 roughing the passer penalties easy. So, Kansas City will win, but Houston will try hard. But you can't – it doesn't matter. The refs are making sure that Kansas City gets a trophy again this year. I hope to God that Houston wins, though. Fuck the Chiefs.
Matt's convinced. I think the Chiefs are like the 2012 Green Bay Packers. They're going to go 15-1, or 2011 Packers. They're going to go 15-1 and lose in the divisional. That's what I think about the Chiefs this year, personally.
The Packers went 15-1 in 2015 too and lost.
Yeah, well, they lost in the Super Bowl, though, right? But
the Vikings went 14-1 back in the day, or 15-1, and lost in the NFC title game to the Falcons. Yeah, there's been a couple teams like this.
This is what it reeks of. I mean, they win, but they don't cover. They covered last week, but I mean, they're playing the Browns, who are not great. So that's what that is. This week, I want to say, you'd want to see Houston win here. I think Kansas City wins and doesn't cover, and it's another week of that, personally.
Yeah, I'm tired of the Chiefs, and I can't wait till someone beats them. But not this week. The refs are definitely going to have their mouth firmly cemented around Patrick Mahomes' cock on this game. So just remember that.
So eloquently put, Matt. I love it. Good Lord.
Chicago backhand that guy better than Brittany does.
Yeah, Chicago backhand for sure. Let's move to the next game. Divisional matchup, AFC North.
Brittany does the Cleveland Steamer, not the Chicago backhand. Do you know what the Cleveland Steamer is? Somebody Google that. Next.
Nope. Not Googling that. Steelers-Ravens divisional matchup, Russell Wilson versus Lamar Jackson, the afternoon NFL game for Saturday. Before we get to the Sunday slate, Matt, go ahead. Your thoughts on this matchup?
I love these games. I love Pittsburgh, Baltimore. It's always awesome. Lamar kind of struggles against the Steelers, and
yeah, I agree.
I can't believe in your boyfriend Russ. I just can't. I know you love him, and you got a fucking Russell Wilson jersey on underneath your fucking sweatshirt right now. I know you do. It's okay.
Prime shirt today. What do you mean? I'm wearing a Prime shirt today.
I want Baltimore to win. And they probably will at home. They'll probably win the big crap kick. These two teams usually split. A huge game for Pittsburgh if they can find a way to win it on the road.
Yeah.
They wrap up the division. So, especially next with 4 days from now, they've got to play the Chiefs. So this is a great situation. Pittsburgh against Baltimore 3 days later. Chiefs against Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh. Like, what the fuck kind of scheduling is this? And then Houston also has to
say holiday remix.
Time out a second. These two teams play Saturday and then they play Wednesday again, all of them?
Yep, that's why it's called a holiday remix. Matt, go ahead.
That's the fucking dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, JB had the same thing to say this morning.
And you care about player safety and shit. Fuck you, NFL.
Well, I mean, that screws the four of the best teams in the league.
I like that, but why do we have to see them 3 days apart?
Well, yeah, it screws them saying they have to play in 3 days apart or 4 days apart or however much it is. Like, twice.
I'm tired. That's fucking ridiculous. Now, am I going to watch? Yeah. I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
I'm glad there's fucking football on Christmas. But if these games are shitty, it's because they just played fucking Baltimore, Pittsburgh 3 days before they play Pittsburgh, Kansas City. Baltimore, Pittsburgh is a goddamn war every time they play. I'm telling you, bro, they better have those Toradol shots ready to go.
Yeah, facts.
This is a Toradol fucking weekend. You better give me
this scheduling thing is interesting. I'm like, it seems like they did it just to say holiday remix, and they could say, oh, look, these teams are playing. I mean, I don't know. It's all seems to get.
Google what I tell you to Google. That's fucked up.
Never Google does a thing bad. That's hilarious. And Chris Crawford? First off, I don't really have. I mean, you're implying that I'm a fan. Like, I just watch the NFL for fun. I don't really.
That's Russell Wilson.
I grew up a Seahawks fan, so Russell Wilson. I grew up watching Russell Wilson. Hell of a player. He's going to lead Pittsburgh, and I think Pittsburgh takes out the Ravens. They're going to sweep the Ravens, and they're going to go win the division. And
you're going to fucking fuck with your boy Russ. And hey, again, let me ask you this question because you're a huge supporter. I know you're in the fan club, and that's cool. Do you think that when like Sierra gets done cooking dinner and she yells up and Russ is sitting there and she yells up, future dinner, do you think Russ do you think that offends him? Does he remember that line from Future when he says, I'm fucking this bitch in some Gucci slippers? Who do you think he was talking about exactly?
I think everything that you imagine Russ thinking, he probably does at some point. There's no way it doesn't cross his mind. How would it? Like, come on. Are we serious? I don't know.
Do you think that they should? Which one's a better name? A new name for the Browns, the Cleveland Steamers, or the BYU Super Soakers? Which one?
When you said that on JV's show this morning, you're like the BYU Super Soakers. That was laughing. That was funny. I think the BYU Super Soakers.
The Chicago Backhands or the BYU Super Soakers?
Well, Chicago Backhands. I mean, that's a classic. You guys have been talking about the Chicago Backhands for years on JV. So
I introduced that a long time ago.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It's better. You can get the strange Cleveland backhand too, where you go opposite hand.
Yeah. Well, let's move. Let's move off of Chicago backhanding and back to some football.
Or the last show we've ever done. So pick one.
Facts, Matt. Well, let's go to Sunday. Let's pick out a couple of big games. Eagles take on the
Sunday. Oh, fuck it. Why don't we just do football every day?
What?
We should have Tuesday night football too. Fuck it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a lot of football the next few days, and let's schedule alignment with college football on a Saturday.
We're playing Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Get your mind right.
Yeah, fuck player health. Let's have all the all-time injuries, which we've already been having, ironically. Just unbelievable. Well, Matt, let's move into Sunday. A couple Sunday games before we get out of here. All 1,000 people watching, hit that like button, subscribe, become a member. We appreciate you. Eagles take on the Commanders in Washington. The Commanders are 3.5-point dogs at home, taking on the Eagles. Matt, go ahead. I'll let you go first in that game. Your thoughts?
I'll take the Commanders at home. Just because the Eagles aren't going to just win out. So, I'm sure if you're a Philly fan, you'd rather them lose now than in the playoffs. So, yeah, I think the Commanders will win this game, but we'll see. Yeah, the Eagles are a dysfunctional mess and still figure out a way to win consistently every week. So,
well said. A dysfunctional winning mess. I'm with you on that one. They're winning, and they got all kinds of stuff going on.
They're going to put it on me. What are they going to come shoot me with? A super soaker? The fuck out of here.
Chat, y'all are unbelievable. I agree with you.
And what are they going to kill me with? Kindness?
Kill you with kindness. Yes, good one.
I talk to you about the Church of Latter-day Saints. Do you have time? Nope. And that's the end of the conversation. What they're going to storm the house?
Storm the house over the conference. Yeah. Well, here's what I will say. Commanders 3.5-point favorite or 3.5-point dogs at home. You know how I am about home underdogs. I'd ride with that all day. Anything above 3 for the Commanders at home, I'll take it. I think they can really give the dysfunctional but winning Philadelphia Eagles some problems. Last game before we get out of here. Actually, I wanted to let's talk about your Jets. Your Jets take on the Rams, and this is a big game for seeding.
The Rams. That's the answer.
Well, that's a big game for seeding purposes because the Rams got to win out to win the division. So, no shot. Aaron Rodgers goes and takes out the Rams, or the Jets just tanking.
No way. Where is it? In L.A. or New York? Doesn't matter.
It's in New York.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Stafford's going to chop them up. The Jets are fucking terrible. They're a shit show of a team. Their fucking owner and P. Diddy are best friends. That's how he got all the baby oil. We all know this. He flew it in on his helicopter, and I'm standing by this, okay? For some reason, they decided to go away from good uniforms back to their 1980 Mark Gastineau shitty look, and they are shitty because they're just shitty, okay? Everything about the franchise is shit. They're terrible. Aaron Rodgers needs to get out of there as fast as possible. Everybody in the fucking building needs to be on ayahuasca if they're going to play this bad and coach this bad. If I'm Garrett Wilson, I want to trade. If I'm Devontae Adams, I want to trade. If I'm Hall, I want to trade. Everybody, get out of there as fast as humanly possible. As they say, the goddamn plane has crashed into the mountain. That's what's happening in New York. The Rams will win 50-0, bro. This is going to be a disaster.
Wow. That was well said, Matt. Just well said about your.
How do you think the Jets are doing this year?
Oh, horrific. I think they're doing horrible. But
you know what? I don't think I've ever had more hope in a year for the Jets than I had this year. And you know what they did with my hope? They shit all over it. Okay, so I don't find me a Jet apologist. Yeah, you're not going to find one. So
here's one thing I will say about that game. For you thinking that, and I'm sure everyone in your head, Rams will beat the Jets 50-0. Why are the Jets only 3-point underdogs? I don't know. The Jets they just took the Dolphins last week.
People in Vegas like making money, and they know people will be like, the Jets are going to play hard at home. No, they're not.
A lot of money on play, shockingly.
They're not going to play hard at home. They are terrible.
On LA. So, I don't know.
But they're not going to play hard. Even a limp dick tries to fuck. You understand? And it's not happening. So,
I'm going to roll with the Rams.
Walking machines also work hard. I don't see anybody fucking out here giving them a bunch of compliments. You can't be a 3.5-point underdog in a porno with a limp dick. That's what the Jets are. That's what they're always going to be. They need to get on fucking Viagra quick. because all this limp dick trying to fuck stuff is really wearing me out.
There you have it. Last game, I'm going to move on. I'm going to roll with the Rams in that one with Matt. It's shocking. Last one, and I'm going to be at this game. Vikings take on the Seahawks in Seattle at Lumen Field. Sunday Night Football. Actually, no, this is in the afternoon. But Seahawks are 3-point underdogs at home against the Vikings. Matt, your thoughts on that matchup? Go ahead.
I think Seattle actually wins this game at home. Even though you guys are softer than baby shit and can't stop a fucking nosebleed on defense. I think that, and also, I heard Aaron Rodgers, of all people, talking about how the Packers took over your stadium. Like, that's what's going on in Seattle now. You guys just let people roll. I thought that was a home field advantage.
It's not what it used to be, I guess, because I've never seen that. I've been to a lot of Seahawks games. I've never, like, when I saw that on Twitter, I heard Aaron Rodgers, I was like, oh.
That fucking place is so goddamn loud. It's ridiculous. So if you can, the Minnesota fans, I'm sure that they'll try and go in there and take over too with their stupid fucking skull chant. By the way, why do we do that now in Boulder? Why is it skull bus?
Every commit's doing it now. Skull bus.
This is cool. But why? It's just go bus. Why do we have to say SCO now? What the fuck does that even mean? What does SCO mean?
I don't know. I don't know. Did you guys steal it from the Vikings? Because that's what they do. I don't know.
I'm not fucking taking any credit for this stuff. I just say go, as in like let's fucking go. I've never once been like SCO. Let's fucking SCO. What does that mean?
It's a fucking SCO.
What does it even mean, dog?
I don't know. See it. Play a part. Play it or.
No, Buff fan knows what it means. It's fucking stupid. Yeah,
Chad, tell us SCO Buffs. Define that, because that's beats me. Really does. I don't. Chad,
what do you mean? You know what I mean. Just lay there.
Well, I'm rolling Seahawks money line. I think Seattle's going to take out Minnesota. They really need a bounce back win after the
your heart, not with your balls, idiot.
Well, no, here's why. Because, the Seahawks had a massive letdown against the Packers, who I think are a very formidable team. Minnesota, on the other hand, has played a couple of really, really close games in the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Minnesota's 12-2.
I understand, but they've also played teams you play a horrible Jacksonville team. They only won, I believe by 6 or 7 points. Like, they are not – I look at Minnesota Vikings like I look at SMU in a way.
Well, the fact that you're picking Seattle, I'm changing my fucking pick. Go Vikings. Fuck your team.
Okay, pick the Vikings. I'm picking the Seahawks. I will be at that game live as well. So it's going to be a hell of a game.
I'm picking the Vikings if you're going because I want you to have an awful experience.
Well, I can't wait to see it. It's going to be a hell of a game, Matt. And we gave our playoff predictions. We both got Notre Dame tonight. That was the one thing we agree on today.
So what they're telling me is this for real? Let's Go is supposed to be the replacement of SCO.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
There's no fucking K in Let's or Go. Why is SCO Let's Go? That doesn't mix.
SCO.
Fuck.
Huh. Everything was God. SCO Buffs. Man. Well, Matt, great show on this fine Friday. We'll be back next week.
Okay.
It was okay. We'll be back next week.
We'll be on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday next week, but we'll be on Thursday, Friday to talk about the playoff and shit.
And Saturday.
Yeah, and Saturday. We got a fucking watch party. The last watch party. Thank God.
Thank God. Well, it's going to be a great way to end off the year. The Buffs are going to go beat the shit out of BYU in the Alamo Bowl. I can't wait to see it. We're going to watch it live for a live watch party. So all of those who have been asking about a live watch party, we will be having it next week. Next week we'll be off, like Matt mentioned. Yeah, SCO Buffs. Next week we'll be off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for Christmas. So happy holidays to all those watching.
I like it. Thanks, brother.
Let's see. Trav, shout out to the $5, says, did you guys see Coach say he wants to plant the flag and end SCU? And the idiots on First Take says they don't believe him and that he would leave. Well, First Take and ESPN has been debating for months.
Every time say something negative, he will. So it's okay. He's not leaving. I don't care what Stephen A. says at all.
Same. I don't care either. He ain't going nowhere.
The youth. So can I leave?
Yes. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Happy holidays and
fucking all that happy holidays, all that other shit. If you get mad at me for saying Merry Christmas, fuck yourself. Because it is Christmas time, and that's what it is. And from the agnostic atheist asshole, if I can say Merry Christmas, so can you, bro. You're not going to offend everyone. Why do people get offended when you say Merry Christmas to them? It's happy holiday. Man, fuck yourself. Now it's not a Merry Christmas. I hope your house burns down, to be completely honest with you. That's just me, of course.
Well, I don't know. I don't know why people get offended. Merry Christmas.
Make sure you respond with Merry Christmas.
Facts. Merry Christmas to everybody and to all those who watch the show. Become a member, hit that like button, and subscribe. We appreciate you. We'll be back next Thursday to break down Colorado versus BYU Bowl matchup, preview it, give our predictions, break down everything everything going into that game, and then we'll be back Saturday as well for the live watch party. But enjoy the holidays and Merry Christmas and Skull Buffs, Matt.
Yeah, and soak it all up, folks. Soak all this up all Christmas break. Go and really get in there and soak it.
Soak it up. We'll see you on Thursday. Peace.